Hi everyone, I'm Solid Star 86. I'm the director of the Haruhi Fandub, and we welcome you back for another commentary. This time it's The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya Episode 2, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya Part 2. Today I'm once again joined by Codemaster.
Yo.
He's one of our editors. This episode he didn't edit anything though.
Hey, I did
He's
the
also
music.
our Kunikita. We're
Yeah.
joined by SingingSamine, who did edit this episode, and she plays our Mikuru.
Hello.
We're also joined by Nikoro-chan 18. She plays our Yuki in this episode, and Ryoko Asakura.
Hello.
And we're joined by Harusoul 1, who plays Computer Club member number 3 and background voices.
Hi.
I also want to point out that Nikoro-chan 18 and Harusoul 1 are the founders, well, founder and co-founder of BTDubs Inc. And I think it's a pretty good chance for them to go ahead and say hi to all of you, because this is also our 1-year anniversary production, because this actually came out on the 1-year anniversary of BTDubs being formed into an official fandub group. So if you guys want to go ahead and take it away and say something before we start.
Sure
Ooh.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so hi, as you heard, I'm Mikuru-chan 18, and Harusoul 1 and I basically started this whole thing a while ago just because we wanted to do our voice acting thing, get people interested, find people who wanted to do it with us, and never really saw it get going as far as it has. So we wanted to thank you all for supporting us and helping us get to our first year anniversary. And thanks for being awesome.
Yeah, thanks everyone for, subscribing, watching, commenting and liking our fan dubs. It's been a great run that we've been doing so far, and hopefully we'll do some more great projects.
Okay. Well, uh,
Awesome.
yeah, awesome. So thank you so much for a 1-year anniversary. We did release this on the 1-year anniversary because we thought it was important that we get to celebrate. This episode also has a special anniversary opening. Anyway, just like before, I want to remind you that when I say go, you're going to start the episode and watch it along with us as we commentate on it. We're going to be talking about things that went into the editing, voices, and all that kind of thing. We're not going to focus too much on how we do things here, but you're always welcome to send us questions or comments if you'd like to know more, and we could probably answer those in a later video. So on the count of 3, you're going to press the play button on your YouTube video of episode 2, and you're going to follow along with us. So if you guys are ready, 1, 2, 3, and go. The first thing I want to talk about, actually, with this is this anniversary opening. One of our friends, Afrobum, great editor, put that together for us.
Yeah, he's working on 8-Bit Theater on our channel.
Yeah, 8-Bit Theater. He's our fighter. He's a great editor. And, it was really nice of him to do that for us. I just wanted to point that out there before this started, which it did. um, so to start off with, this episode begins with a bunch of flashbacks from the first episode. And I don't believe any of this was reused audio. I think we re-recorded almost everything in this opening.
Not really. No, actually,
No?
no. All of that was we took it from the previous episode. The sound effects and everything, and some of the voices we had to piece together.
Huh.
Oh,
Yeah, because I remember in the script I wrote it as for them to say it again, and I think Stell actually re-recorded a line. So, Stell, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry you re-recorded them for no reason.
I didn't find any of those lines. I'm sorry.
A mysterious transfer student.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, I wonder. Perhaps we will meet them
holla.
soon. A bit of foreshadowing in this show, usually. Like, for right now, she's obviously foreshadowing a special member of their group that will join later. And then later on, in episode 3, Yuki foreshadows someone as well. But we'll get into that later.
That we
Again,
will.
wonderful. Our Kion is played by Suwaba, and our Haruhi is played by Stel to Surlis.
If you don't know how to spell
And
that, just look at the description.
yeah, just look at the description. I don't even think I said that right. I know for a fact that there's a certain way to say it, probably.
She knows.
Our opening is sung by Stell.
Mm-hmm. I think the openings
Always.
will always be recorded by Stell.
Yes,
Although,
yes, they will.
Yep.
I want you to know that if you guys are really looking forward to seeing, or I know for a fact I've been asked a few questions if we're going to record the second opening. Yes, we already have actually.
oh
So
really?
yes, we already have the second opening recorded, and you'll start getting to see that. The plan is to actually release these in chronological order, not in season order. So you'll start seeing the second opening starting, obviously, barring any circumstances later on in the show. So look forward to that if it happens. Who knows?
Not much to talk about on this opening, really.
Well,
We've seen
actually,
it
there
before.
is, if you'd like me to talk about it, this opening actually spoils a good portion of the show. We actually see Yuki in the snow from the film. We see the adult Mikuru, who doesn't show up to episode 3. We see Emery Kimadori, who doesn't even become important to the story until book 7. This opening and the ending actually spoil quite a bit of the story.
Yeah.
Actually,
You
It's
also,
true.
Adult Mikuru
you
comes in
also,
4.
yeah. You also see a knife somewhere in the opening hidden
Yeah.
there.
I didn't know that, actually.
Our
Yeah.
friend Ryoko there. Here's Codemaster as our Kunikita, and Roy Havenstone returns as our Taniguchi. Something that I'm really happy about with these episodes is that we've kept the same voice cast for the first, again, knock on wood, the first 6 episodes of this. So it's kind of neat getting to see them fiddle in the character and stay around.
Yeah.
It really is.
Kind of laughing at Taniguchi's hair. Kind of looks like a spider. Just gonna say that.
Oh gosh, this is the episode where they get a computer.
Oh.
This episode is fantastic.
Yes, this
Actually-
episode.
Oh, right. I was one of the computer club members.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
I
Me
had
too.
more line. Actually, all the 3 background computer club members are actually in this commentary right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Except one.
except one. Yes, that's right. Our computer club grandmaster here.
Yes.
Our computer club president is played by Indy 4S. Amazing guy, amazing. For his audition, he actually edited together this entire scene with sound himself, just so we could hear it.
It was amazing.
Yes. He was actually the only one that I didn't, other than our Kion and our Haruhi, he was the only one that I didn't deliberate on. Like, when I heard his audition, I was like, that's our guy, that's who he's going to
Yep.
be.
No hesitation. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah, he was
him.
perfect.
He was.
He has a perfect voice for it.
Yeah.
Again,
I think
with the Haruhi.
The noise that he makes is so funny.
Yes.
that scream is beautiful.
Oh, dear.
How did she get her leg that high?
A high kick? It's not too hard.
When you're Haruhi, anyways.
Oh my god, I can't.
I'm not
lift
gonna
my
lie,
leg that
I
high.
think this whole scene is one of my favorite of Stell's delivery for Haruhi.
Oh my god, it's
the
so
way
good.
she did it was beautiful.
I know. Like, first you can hear her, like, having her fun with it, like, her being sneaky, and then she has her threatening, like,
Yeah, she's just
tone.
really excited to be able to punish these people.
Yeah, I think Stell
Oh, wait,
really
that's
shines
me.
as Haruhi in here.
Yeah.
That line is so awesome.
God.
She actually didn't say the F word in that part. Like, what did she say in the actual recording?
She said lucked.
Yeah, she actually said lucked. Obviously we have a bunch of underage people that work along with us, and parents are constantly worried about that kind of thing. We don't tell your kids to curse when we do our lines, I promise. So yeah, the secret behind that bit of movie magic is she actually says we all ganged up on her and lucked her, which sounds actually dirtier than what she actually is trying to say later.
Oh, Actually, a funny thing is when I did my line, I was actually really sick with a cold, so it was perfect for a nerdy guy because my voice kept cracking and was wavering. So just
A
gonna drop
little
that in there.
little side note here. It's very quiet and you can't notice it, but if you're paying attention to the episode, the computers are actually making computer sounds in the room. You can hear the mild sound of electricity from the computers when she's near them, which I actually really thought was kind of a neat touch. It's in the original episode too, but I like how Singing Samine actually matched it again.
You're welcome.
Really? I never noticed that before. That's
That's
amazing.
sneaky.
You might you might all think I'm crazy because I pointed that out, but if you listen, you can hear it. It's like a little. It's actually really.
Yeah, it's very faint white noise.
Oh my goodness. I'll have to actually like watch this episode again and turn the volume all the way up and just sit there until I
Right?
hear it.
Yeah,
Our
see, guys, you can watch our episodes more than one time just to see little things.
Thank
Yeah.
you, YouTube.
There's stuff that's like there's stuff just hidden in there. Like for instance, if you notice, one of those chairs is a folding chair, and the one behind Keon is actually a rolling chair. So someone has.
Oh,
a
you're
better chair than
right.
somebody else.
The computer club president sits on the other side of the room, not there.
Yeah, everybody else
Yeah,
has
no.
folding chairs, but that one guy gets a rolling chair.
Yeah,
Curious, did he bring his own chair? It's like, I don't want to sit there. I'd rather have my own.
yeah.
Another thing to point out here, Singing Samine edited this episode together. A grand total of 3 days, which is incredible. And without ever having actually used Vegas for full editing before, I don't think. Did you? No.
No, that was my first time.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it turned
That
out.
was fun.
I had actually,
Turned out
Sony
good.
Vegas is a
Great,
wonderful thing.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
had actually started editing that like 3 minutes into the episode, but due to real life circumstances, I wasn't able to finish. So Singing Samine took over.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it's just. I'm constantly floored by the talent of the people we have in this group and how fast they can do everything and how it almost seems flawless and seamless when you're watching it. And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would like to thank Samine for taking over for me, because it seems like she did a much better job than I could have.
You could never be thankful enough.
It's a one pencil sound effect.
But no, really, I did have a lot of fun.
This
And
is
I
our.
think-
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I don't mean to interrupt you. This is actually our first appearance of Nikoru-chan as our Yuki Nagato here, actually replacing Nostalgia Keepsake from episode 1.
Hmm.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
still trying to get used
That's
to
okay.
Yuki.
Yeah, she's a hard one to get into.
I wanted to say that in this episode, I think everyone really shines in their roles, and it was just like a vast improvement from episode 1.
Except me.
It just seemed like everything really came together, especially sound effect wise. I think everything improved.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of the secret. The thing is, people send us messages saying, how do you remove voices from the episode? And we don't. We don't remove the voices from the episode. We actually have Singing Samine go through the episode with a fine-tooth comb, find all the sound effects. She does. Finds all of them. And we personally replace each and every sound effect. We recut the music, and we layer it all back up again with the voices. So when we start editing an episode like this, there is no sound to it. It's all re-added.
The only thing you start with is video.
Yes. So
Yep.
tip number 1, if you want your dub to be good, have someone who really pays attention and cares. And don't try to take the lazy way out, because that's not what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just again, thanks so much for that. It's just amazing. When you watch an episode like this, you don't realize how many sound effects go into a scene until you actually see a picture of that Vegas file, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
really crazy.
Especially when it gets to the point where if you leave the window of Vegas and then come back, it takes a good 5 minutes for Vegas to actually start running again each time.
Well, I mean, if you listen to this scene alone, you're hearing footsteps, you're hearing the bags, you're hearing the of her clothing as she's moving around, the papers whiffling. I mean, there's just so many things going on in this one scene. Also, I feel sorry every time I hear Mikuru, because it's taxing on poor Samine here. She's always screaming, crying, or
Screaming, crying.
To be honest, I think doing the voice is more fun than the sound effects, though.
Yeah. I remember my friend he never watched Haruhi. He watched our dub because I asked him to critique us because he's a really hard critiquer, and he's just like, his line was like, "I feel so sorry for Mikuru. She's getting molested right now."
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
part
she's
here,
doing
I'm
a
sorry
great
to
job,
interrupt.
yeah.
This part here is hilarious.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. I love this. It's an army of Samanes.
Oh, it's an army of me.
This is
Yeah,
amazing.
that's right.
I completely forgot that was actually in the script. I didn't write that into the script. So when they sent me the preview version I'm watching, and they're like, let's go. I'm like, oh, God.
I think
There's more of them.
I want to take a note on Stell's Haruhi, that I think for some reason her acting shines the best when, unfortunately, when she's molesting Mikuru. That
Yeah.
you could
She does seem to get really excited when it gets to
Yeah,
those scenes where
Yeah,
she
sounds
like, if you-
like she's having a blast.
if you isolate them and listen to all of her takes, you can hear that she's having fun with those lines, and she does them so many times just because she's able to put so much energy for some reason, and they're pretty humorous if you just listen to them.
Oh, this part's funny. I love this line here. But, it's still warm from their body heat. Every episode, there's one line that we listen to over and over
Or
again.
two.
Yeah, one or
Yeah.
two lines. Yeah, and those are just the best ones. And they make the whole process.
Really enjoyable.
Last time it was forever, and this time it's
Yeah.
warm from their body heat.
We
I was
also
gonna
had
say-
we also had a Miss Suzumiya by
Oh.
SingingSamine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Miss Suzumiya.
Yeah, it's actually funny how most of the lines that everyone loves are by Suwaba.
Yeah, he
He's
just
just
has
cute.
just amazing. He just has amazing delivery, and it's just so funny when he has those sing-songy moments, or like a moment.
I love
It's just
how
funny.
Haruhi reaches out to hand him the paper, and the guy grabs her arm and drags her away before she can give it to him.
Yeah,
What's great about these actors is they don't try to sound like the characters of the dub or anything. They're actually able to portray the characters themselves and actually put part of themselves into the characters to make them really unique.
yeah.
That was conscious, actually. That was, and I said that on day one when we started this. I said I don't want them to sound like the dubbers. The reasoning for that is I love Wendy Lee. I love her voice. I love the way she acts. I don't love her as Haruhi. She sounds too old for Haruhi.
No, yeah, she
and
does.
I've never enjoyed that.
Yeah, I loved her as
And-
Faye Valentine. I didn't really like her as Haruhi.
Yeah, and it's again, it was one of those things that, like I talked about last time, where we weren't going to change things because there's things people love about the show, but we wanted to change things, improve them a little bit. And I
add
think,
our like twist into it. Yeah,
I think one of the best things about this is that all the people doing these voices are high school to college age students, so they actually shines through and they sound more believable and realistic.
Yeah, it's actually gotten to the point now where when I do go back to watch the official dub, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I miss Suwaba. I want him
Yeah.
back. Like, I love Kristen Freeman and everything, but, like, just Suwaba. I can't listen to it. To me, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like after editing them for hours on end, I can't get their voices out of my head. Like every time I see the character, it's that voice I see.
Yep.
Especially Taniguchi.
Oh, our Taniguchi is great.
Our Taniguchi is so good. All of these guys are good. Just
No.
amazing.
Don't listen to the Kanekita that's about to talk.
Yeah, I just completely avoid that one. That was he doesn't like his Kaneki in the scene.
Yeah.
I got the voice better this time, but my mic quality failed me horribly.
Hey, just keep calm and think about the spider hair.
And here's our
Oh god, it is
multi-talented
spider hair.
Mikoru-chan 18 again.
Hi.
And Mikoru does Yuki and Ryoko, and quite honestly, you can't tell that's the same voice actress if you're not listening carefully enough.
Well, we'll see
Yep.
what happens when they both have their fight.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be so much fun.
Oh,
Oh, my.
I think we're gonna give her extra time for that. just to give her some sanity space.
One thing I want to mention is the music we do for the show. It's even though I didn't edit the show, I did edit the music. I didn't edit this episode. I did edit the music for all 3 episodes we have uploaded right now, and it's kind of a somewhat difficult process because some tracks are shorter, some tracks are longer. But I try to strive for what core changes the original show has to make sure it's consistent and it, like people don't really notice some mistakes I make in the music because it still sounds really close to the original, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of ties the fandom really well together.
Well, when people
Mhm.
people bring it up and when they send messages, they say, well, what are the things you focus on in a fan dub, or what are the things that you focus on in sound effects and music? And with Haruhi, it was these are things that people look forward to. Like you'll ask anyone, what's your favorite part of Haruhi? Oh, it's that Hara Hara Yukai, or it's a certain way a sound happens when a monster is running amok through the city.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all important things to the people that watch the show, so we try to keep them as consistent as possible. And when we had our first meeting about what we were and weren't going to do with Haruhi, the one thing I said, and I was very adamant, and SingingSamine knows this, was the music has to be exact, and it has to sound. You can't tell that there's a difference because people, I mean, they dance to this stuff. They make like AMVs to this music because it's so good. It really is amazing music. So yeah, that was another conscious thing, was we needed the music to sound exact, and I'm kind of glad that no one's pointed out when there's an issue or an error because it means we're doing our job. So
What I,
I
what
really like.
what you said that what we focus in a fandom. I think what's great that we're a group that we get to have people to focus on one simple thing. Like I focus mainly on the music. Brian, Solid Snarf, you focus on the voices. Samina focuses on the sound effects. We all have like our own separate jobs, and we're able to put so much focus into it and make sure it's high quality.
This is I'm sorry. This is XX Naneko XX here is Kion's little sister.
Yeah, I stopped just for that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I love the sound effects here. Just the bike.
These are actually taken from the show.
Yeah, really? Oh yeah.
That's why they're so perfect.
No, yeah,
They're so good.
I think we've cheated sometimes in these fan dubs.
We did cheat a few times.
I don't think it's cheating. It's called being resourceful, guys. Take anything that
Exactly.
you got.
In the preview for this episode, I just looped this scene like 42 times and then played really bad elevator music.
Yeah.
Another, again, we were talking earlier about lines that make us laugh, and in this one, it's Suwaba here sipping on a drink. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he was drinking, but it's just, you can tell that whatever he's drinking, he's tired of drinking, and it's funny, and that extra mile, like, I can tell when our actors are eating food or actually drinking a drink while they're doing a scene, and it just adds to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well, I
really
know
good.
that they do that in like a professional thing, anyways. Like when
Yep.
professional voice actors are recording eating sounds, they sometimes give them food
Oh yeah.
because it just adds to the realism.
And then you get funny food stories.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites is Caitlin Glass when she was doing a thing for Oron. She was eating crab as Haruhi, and she was eating a Milky Way bar.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, this crab is great. Oh, I have Milky Way in my mouth.
I love the animation here, how sick Kyon looks.
He's like,
Just he drinks it all down, then you look at his face, he's like,
I'm
oh,
Brock.
I'm gonna throw up.
I love Suwaba when he did that. Like he actually captured Kyo's sickness.
If you pay attention, by the way, in the background, see those two lights flashing above you? You can't. Well, if you watch it again, there's a plane
Isn't
that
that
passes behind Kyon and then behind Yuki. And the way it's animated is when the camera changes, the plane is actually in the correct portion of sky it should be to continue moving on. Again, just the level of quality in the animation and how they focus on
Yeah.
it is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes one of the hardest parts for Mikuru Chan. It was just amazing that she did it so well.
Well, we
Oh,
talked speech.
yes,
The speech is
this.
next episode.
Speech is an
Oh,
episode.
it is. Oh
There's a
no.
speech right here, but like there's a much harder speech in the next episode.
Yeah.
I love this best back and forth conversation here. It's amazing when you realize that neither of the actors are in the same room together, and they had to work off of what they knew about the character and the script.
Pretty much. Well, with Yuki, it's not so hard because she's supposed to be monotone and unemotionally attached at all times. But it just kind of plays off really well anyways.
Like, probably Suwaba, since he doesn't really have anything to work with, it's pretty easy to guess how it feels to be talking to something very monotone like that, so it's just pretty much like talking to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still really good at having conversations with people as well. It's just
Oh yeah, definitely.
so crazy.
And he talks with a lot of people in the next episode, so we'll be able to see more of that.
Yeah.
And now coming up here is Hare Hare Yukai for episode 2. This one is sung by SingingSamine, our Mikuru.
I apologize so much.
No,
Oh,
it's
you were
great.
so good.
Yeah, it
So
was
good.
good.
I felt I kind of had to do it rushed, and I wanted to redo some things, but I didn't have the time.
It's good. It was good.
Yeah,
I
it's
like it.
edited well. It sounds good.
That scene right there, by the way, in the ending there is from the Sigh of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yep.
That's season 2. That's not even part of this season.
Yep.
Going
Lot
back
of
to what we were talking
foreshadowing
about
in the show.
spoilings, yeah.
That really creepy sun in the back. Just
Yeah,
noticed
what
that
is
now.
that?
I just noticed that
noticed
now.
that
I've
too.
never noticed that.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
always
Oh my
noticed it,
God.
and I never understood. Oh, Shabu-san.
I'm such an.
People keep
I
asking.
never noticed that. I was.
People keep asking why we don't have English credits in the credit sequence, and that's because I don't want to edit the picture. I don't like it when they do that with ADV or whatever you're watching. When you're watching and all of a sudden a bunch of English credits just pop up out of nowhere, and I don't want to do that to this show. So that's why we don't do that.
Mhm.
Well, that was episode 2 of Haruhi, and that's another successful commentary from us. Again, we're at the part now where we go into our final thoughts on episode 2, where we don't have to visit it ever again, and for people don't have to ever think about what they've done in it again. So I'm going to go around the table here. I'm going to ask each of you your final thoughts on episode 2. We'll start with the editor, SingingSamine. What are your final thoughts on Melancholy Part 2?
My final thoughts are it was a wonderfully done episode. I wish I could have done better. I still see some mistakes, but I still think due to time constraints, it was pretty well done. And of course, all of the actors did an amazing job. And without them acting so well, it would probably be really boring to edit.
Mhm.
Codemaster?
I guess I must talk upon the 3 minutes I've edited. That was just mainly. Well, then again, I can't really talk about that because it's just copying and pasting from episode 1. But again, I'm terribly sorry that I had to give the rest of the episode to SingingSamine and give her more work than she needed. But I enjoyed watching it. She did a wonderful job with it. I'm glad I did the music to make it easier for her. At least I did that, and I'll keep doing
Oh
that.
yeah, the music was edited perfectly.
Yeah.
I didn't notice any mistakes.
Again, I love all of our actors that we've had for the show. They've done an amazing job as always. Really had no problems with this episode at all. And yeah, okay.
Harusoul?
I'm just blown away with how well this episode came out. Great acting as always. Our funny lines here and there. It was just a great episode, and I'm probably gonna watch it over again to look at the little snippets that I missed.
Mikuru-chan?
It is an amazing episode, as was the first one. The fact that it was edited in 3 days was incredible with the amount of detail that was put into it. On a personal note, I'm still iffy about my Yuki voice. I'll get better, I promise. But
Oh, it
other
was
than
really
that,
good.
And it gets even better in the next episode too.
well, there you go. But yeah, I'll get better once I get into the rhythm of that. But since this was the very first thing that was posted for our first year anniversary, it was amazing, and I'm so happy with how this group has turned out. And I'm so happy that we've all become a little family, and it's all amazing, and you guys are fantastic. So yeah, thanks for episode 2.
Kind of makes me wonder, what are we gonna do for the 2-year anniversary if we ever get it, and it has
Oh
to
dear.
be much more amazing and 10 times better than what we're doing with Haruhi right now, which is already pretty high.
Oh no.
Don't make me think about
What are we
that.
gonna do?
My final views on this episode. Again, reiterating what I've talked about before, it's not just one person that makes the episode. It's not just an editor. It's not just sound effects. There are many, many people that go into an episode, and we've gotten messages from people, you guys who have watched this show before, or our version of it, and you're constantly, how did you do this? And it's not just one person. And I know a lot of you guys are starting out fan dubbing. You're watching this and you're really excited about it, and you want to get into that kind of thing. The world of dubbing and fan dubbing, I mean, that's a lot of fun. It really is. And you always ask, what is the one thing that you love the most about doing Haruhi? And that's ironically working with the people that make it with me.
Mhm.
I, from conception to release, that's it. If you're not doing it for fun, don't do it, because it's a lot of work if you're not having fun. And there's always going to be, sometimes there'll be little background battles and stuff, but if you love what you're doing, you can get through those. So, from direction to the end, I'm just always constantly blown away watching the final version of these episodes. And I have to see them about as often as the editors, because, I'm listening to the voices without the video behind them before we even start. So I just want to thank, everyone from Suwaba to Stell to, even our background actors like Bidoy the Hatter and Harusor and, the editors, SingingSamine, Codemaster, Nikoro-chan is doing episode 4. Just everything. I want to thank all of you and you guys for watching, because that is, if you're not watching it, there's no reason to make it.
You guys mean a lot to us.
Yeah.
So please tell your friends so we can have more people to care about.
Yeah, please do. Please do. I know it sounds like pandering, but it's really not. Please share it with your friends, because we're proud of it, and we'd love for more people to see it and see how well it's turned out. And you never know. You never know. One of these days, I said this before, you might find an alien on a DVD box, and you're going to be one of those people that's going to be like, I knew them when. If that doesn't happen, then I'll be more than happy to sell you auto insurance when it's time for you to buy your used car.
Wait, hold on. DVDs will still be around in the future?
Maybe. For all you know, we very well could all be working at McDonald's in a couple of years, and then you can come up to us in the checkout line, and when you say, "Can I have those space nuggets?" someone will be like, "Oh yeah, sure. You were Mikuru in that one Fandub.
How did you know?
That's incredible."
Yeah, you might get a 15% off or 10% off because you just
let's
noticed
not
how
go.
awesome.
Let's not
No,
go
no,
crazy.
because then we could get fired for that. We could get fired for that.
Let's not, but
So again, from everyone at BT Dubs, thank you for a 1-year anniversary, because a lot of us don't get to the 1-year anniversary doing fan dubbing. Thank you to the wonderful cast for not dropping out on us. Thank you to the editors for constantly putting up with everything from when is that episode going to be done to why isn't that person making a sound.
Choky, can't you see?
Yeah, that's really all it is. Again, if you guys have watched this and you want to learn more about how you can help us out, you can always go to our Facebook page, which is Facebook/BTDubs Incorporated. Or you can also ask to join our Skype. We have a Skype where you guys can talk to us. Or, of course, subscribing and being our friend on YouTube. We love YouTube subscribers and friends. And it's really people like you that will bring us to our 2nd year and bring out more Haruhi. So, as a director, I can promise you, the more of it you want to watch, the more of it I will try to get to you. And I think that's all I have to say before I start rambling, other than happy anniversary, and we will see you in the commentary for episode 3. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm sorry.
Why did you do that? Go.
Whoa.
3, 2, 1, go. All right.
It's
Anyways.
too much for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
whoa.
Everyone, take a breather.
Wait.
Daniel, try not to do that
It's
again.
getting hot in here, so take off
Off your clothes.
Oh, I have a button shirt too, so I could just like and just pull it off like I
Whoa,
just did.
whoa, James.
Whoa,
James, that
James.
was a really good sound effect. Keep that.
James, put the shirt back on. It's blinding me right now. Oh God.
I'm not
It's getting
pale.
hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I want to stab Fighter's clothes off.
Oh,
All
geez.
right.
You should have been here the other
Anyways,
night, man. JJ and I were like singing songs with 8-Bit involved, and we made up like our very own fighter rap. Today I'm joined once again by Codemaster,
Yo.
SingingSamine, who plays Mikuru. Nikoru-chan, I gotta do that again. I almost called you Honest Applejack. Go ahead,
Who's
go ahead and
Honest
count.
Applejack?
Go ahead and count that down again. I was looking at her picture and I was like, oh, it's so cute, and I almost called you Honest Applejack.
Howdy.
Just start
Howdy.
from Nicole's introduction.